Good evening, everybody. Before we get started, can I just get a quick audio check from everybody? Just make sure you can hear me okay. We'll have to do that again once the audio for the game starts going. But for the time being, can you all hear me okay? Loud and clear, seems fine. Wow, the lag is epically short. Fantastic. So, what's the plan for this evening's stream? So I'm going to take a look at the new Cologne Airport link extension and what that means first. I'm then going to talk about the entirely riveting subject of the GDPR. I'm just looking at the data notes, that the little neat cheat sheet that someone's given me, and the one piece of information it doesn't include is what GDPR stands for. I'm not using this microphone, Ed. I'm using the one on the camera. And then we're going to have a very, very short, and I mean really short. I mean, I can't set your expectations too low on this. I'm going to have a very short look at the brand new West Somerset. It's not really in a great place to do a full presentation yet, but there is some very cool stuff, and I just want to give you a small taste of what's being developed at the moment, because it's amazing. Right, so Cologne Airport Link. So the first thing to say about Cologne Airport Link is it is an extension. So this is the first time I think we've done this. It's slightly different to the way they've been done in the past. Global Data Protection Regulations. There you go. Thank you, Dex. So the route extensions are different to how they've been done in the past, because you have to own West Rhine Koln-Koblenz when you buy this one to get the full thing. So it's a simpler way of doing it, rather than trying to make a bigger package that contains both, so that you can only buy both, for example. So this answers some of the sort of feedback that we've been getting. So if you own West Rhine Koln-Koblenz, and I'm assuming quite a lot of you do because it was part of TS18, then you'll be able to pick up the extension and enjoy this new expansion to the route. So where does this expansion to the route go? So if I just scroll down on the map here, we'll get to there in a minute. Where are you? Come on, mouse, stop messing me about. Map time. Everyone likes a map. So the dark blue line is the original route, and the new bit is the extension. So the new bit is 13 miles between Cologne and Troisdorf, plus the 8-mile bit for the loop as well. So it adds basically it's S-Bahn traffic. Is what it's adding to the route. So you get more places you can go out of Cologne. There's also I can't remember the name of the freight yard. It's Gremberg. There it is. It's written at the bottom of the screen. Gremberg Freight Yard is new, which gives you a massive freight terminal to start freight services out of. And of course, this route came with things like the BR155, the freight loco, and so forth. So there's new scenarios that come with this that then take advantage of some of that freight functionality as well. So it's not just about the S-Bahn traffic. So it's there's tons of gameplay in this area of the route, as well as the airport. You're going down to Troisdorf. So I'm going to be running a couple of scenarios tonight. I'm going to do a scenario basically that runs down to Troisdorf. So I thought that would be, it's the longest run on the route, so it'll give you the chance to see the most of it. Obviously there's other routes that run out to the airport as well. That scenario is in the fog, so I didn't think it would give you as much of an impression of the route as you might be hoping for. So I'm going for the wrong route down to Troisdorf because that's in the sun. So yes, we're going to do that. After that, we're going to have a look at a railfan scenario that was recommended to me by one of the developers. So we'll enjoy that, and then we'll move on to other things. So without further ado, I'm just trying to think. I don't know if this adds any extra stock. I believe it adds the S-Bahn train. 423, I think it is. But let's get going. So scenarios. We've got the 294 shunting, the 155 with a couple of freight journeys. So Bon Appetit, for example, you start in Gremberg and head all the way down to Bonn. So quite a decent run there. The BR423, you've then got 4 journeys. We're going to be covered in Cologne. And then you've got the railfans, and we're going to be doing the one at Cologne West. So let's get on and fire the game up and let the fails commence. This one came out yesterday, if memory serves. So I've not seen it. Lucas, no, it isn't free for existing owners of Koln-Koblenz. It is a paid expansion. If you go and have a look on Steam, I think there's a discount deal for it. If you already have, for when you have Koln-Koblenz. I can't speak tonight. There will be audio in a minute. The menu music has just turned off. Extension is $14.99. Thank you, Ayrton. So I think it adds the ICE3 and the BR423, if memory serves correctly. So I'm just keeping an eye on the chat while the game is loading. Now turn the sound up a bit, please. There is no sound at the moment at all, Baked Bean Kid. Hopefully you can hear sound now. Let me know what you think of the sound volumes and I can adjust accordingly. Good morning, driver. Today you're driving the DB BR43 S13 service to Troisdorf, which originated in Düren. Start by loading passengers here at Cologne-Koblenz. You are due to arrive at Troisdorf at 11:48. Right, here we go. So we're starting just north of Cologne. This is Cologne station in front of us. Have a quick look at the map. There's Cologne. This would be where S13 comes in from, down there. That's Cologne main station. And then the journey, this is all the expanded area around here. So while the 13 miles might not be massive, it's actually, there's a considerable amount of track in the areas like the yard and so forth. This is the loop out to the airport. And then we carry on down to, I think this is Troisdorf. Yeah, this is Troisdorf down here. Rail Alex, no, it's not a separate map, it's an expansion, it's actually an extension, so it bolts onto the existing Koln-Koblenz. So as you can see from this, the whole of Koln-Koblenz is there as well. I know I'm going to regret this, but I've just turned on. Have I? Right, so green with a reduced speed ahead. These are B and C for don't seem to have turned on, I don't know why. Just keep it to 40, because that's what we should be doing. Sim is loud, is it? Okay, let me turn the sim down. This is coming quite loud to me as well, actually. Right, how is that? Is that too loud? That sounds about... Well, try that. Let's see how that's any better. Yeah, it's only the camera on the microphone. Vanilla Splash, unfortunately. Right. It's behind your monitor, is it, Chris? Ah. Welcome to Chris, by the way, who's helping moderate the stream tonight. Sim is now too low, is it? Okay. Can't win. Park it here, I think. Just occurs to me, I don't think I've got lights on yet. Should we put lights on? Just for the, you know, the giggles? Put the bright lights on, there you go. The bright lights, folks, get some instrument lights on in case we need them. Right, volume of the stream, of the game, sorry, right, I've turned the volume of the game back up. We need to get Chris trained up on playing trains, don't we? Trained up on trains, absolutely. Get started in a minute. Where are we going next? Koln-Koblenz, which is next now. We are all greens, 40 limit though. Is this the bridge? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the bridge that... yeah, this has got all the locks on it, look. Where couples put locks on the bridge. There we go. They do that in so many bridges in Germany. Oh, right, fair enough. Rail Alex, I don't know whether I'm using the wrong keys. This is literally the first time I've played this add-on. I tried the normal keys for turning it on and it didn't work. So I'm assuming I've done something wrong. Decided removing the locks because of the weight. Oh, wow. Right, so I've got an expect 80 kilometres an hour at the next signal after this one. I've got the manual open, let's have a quick look. Okay, now they've activated. It's gone into the freight. It's better. It's on 85 now. That's better. You can't wait for TSW's Nebworth DLC. Right, reduce speed ahead. We're also still restricted monitoring. Wow, we're going up. This train needs a VSI, I don't know about anything else, so this kind of raise. Be a bit careful, we're still limited to 40 kilometers an hour. The only limits are the ones you set yourself and the ones that PCB slam the brakes on the trains for. Those are real limits. Right. Grimbornstrasse is next. Roses are red, violets are blue. Was that 1000 Hertz active? Zwangsbremsung. Oh! Yeah, this is the extended bit of the route now, James, baby, pretty much. Actually, you can speed up to 80 kilometers an hour, but I was still in restrictive monitoring from starting, so I was in start program essentially, or did that release? I can never quite remember when what releases a start program. So where are we now? Yeah, we're down here now, so we're on our way down over here. The freight line would then run all the way around down that way. So it's a bit more of a networky thing, really. Does the train have working LZB? I can't remember, Shazan, actually. I don't think it goes over 160 kilometers an hour, but I think it can run on LZB enabled routes. What I can't remember for sure is whether this train was implemented with LZB. So I don't want to lie. I don't want to get it wrong. Ollie K123, I will be showing a very short glimpse of West Somerset Railway in a little bit. It's not ready for a full demo yet, but I did want to show you some stuff. Right, speed reduction warning. Like I said, Ollie, it won't be a complete demo. That will come later. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be showing the 09. I will definitely be showing the 09. It'll be in game as well. Whoops. It was 10. Seriously, did I miss the 10 on that? 80 at the next station. The next signal, sorry. Let's speed up. Cologne-Frankfurter Strasse, 2.5 kilometers. Will I be driving a full 24-hour service? No. 80 kilometers an hour. And got green's next signal, which is good. Flashing green, so we've got speed reduction. Up to 80 again. I acknowledge everything now, Eds. I'm completely paranoid about PZB, so I just acknowledge everything. If I could, I'd sit there just pressing the page down key the entire time. He did the same in real life. Oh, nice. I don't feel quite so bad then. I'm focusing on keeping the train going. You guys look out the window, okay? Tell me what's good. The only problem with putting PZB on, I've got to watch what I'm doing. If anything goes wrong, I will be blaming chat, obviously. Let's have a look around, shall we? If anything goes wrong, it's Chris's fault. There you go, I'm happy with that as well. Basically, as long as it's not my fault, it's all good. We're still in monitoring. It didn't drop us into restrictive, which is good. For the life of me, I can't remember. Oh, the 85. Oh, we're all gone solid, so we're good for 80 now then. Yes, Captain Jenks, some better tutorials would be a good thing. It's something I have been thinking about. They're complex systems, and it'd be great to have a really good way of explaining them. Oh, we're going to the airport. Okay, I didn't realise we're going to the airport. So we're going to the airport. Shows how much I pay attention. It's definitely worth putting the effort in to learn PZB. I mean, it is going to be quite frustrating to start out, but it's incredibly rewarding when you get it right. Dictator Dono, you'll have to wait for official announcements on feature development, I'm afraid. What have we got? 3.5 kilometres to the airport. I think the main challenge of PZB is that where something like AWS, you wait for an alarm to sound and you respond to the alarm. PZB, you kind of have to know when to respond anyway, and then what to do in terms of changing your speed and so forth. Viewers prefer it when you get it wrong, but it happens too often. You rage quit and sulk. I know exactly what you mean, Captain Jade. Totally missed that speed drop. Bye bye score. Oops. Bye bye score. That's all your fault, chat. Just Chris. Just saying. And here we are at the airport. Which looks a lot. Have you been to Stratford International Airport? I missed the LF6 with the 8 on it. I saw the distance for the 8 and then completely forgot about it. And then didn't see the sign with the other 8, like I say, the LF6. So never mind. This is because I'm looking at chat. Yes, there's a big update went out, I think that was yesterday as well, for Trentin World, which has a ton of bug fixes, improvements and so forth across the board. You can get details from that on the website. Yes, the air hose bungees fix, Ed. That's big, isn't it? It's very good. Don't mind me just watching stream, listening to tea. No further information on that at the moment, SageFuncom. Keep an eye out on the usual channels. Almost a clod, yeah, absolutely. I think if we keep to time for a few more stations, we're good. We can make it back, folks. It's only 1,300. Well, actually, to get to a glob, we need 2,000. So we've got 2,300 points to get a glob. It's easy. We can do this. Signal coming up ahead, we're at the 1,000 hertz. There's lots of tunnels on this route. I guess we're going under the airport, aren't we? I think at this point we're swinging back to meet the main line. Yeah, we are. We're going to swing back and meet the main line. I really like S-Bahn type routes because I feel like I'm doing more driving the train than my preferred this and sort of freight versus the express stuff. 80. At this signal. Ports 1. I do apologise, by the way, for my butchering of German place names. It is horrific. I really should do better, but... I'm loving all of these, or up, down, left, right. It's a really interesting drive because you've got to keep an eye on what's going on with the throttle all the time. And of course, if PZB is on, it's keeping an even closer eye on you as well. So. Hopefully we'll stop by the end of the platform. Ah, look at that. Like a professional. Ignore the score at the bottom, that's less like a professional. There you go, see, it's a pro parking job. Let's ignore the fact that I came in pretty much on maximum brake. Mind you, S-Bahn trains do that, don't they? They tend to gun it out the station and slam the brakes back in. It happens. Where we go next? I've got 2 more stations after this. You've done it, have you, Vince? Hills passengers off the bulkheads. Well, there is. Whenever I board a train as a driver, I put a big sticker on there saying you enter your own risk. So I'm covered. You mean golfing rules, Climmy? Train driving with golfing rules. Lowest score wins. 3.7 to the next station. There you go, that answers that question, Chasm. We have LZB. Oh yeah, your minus 2.5 million score, Ed. Yeah, I guess you'd win that. LZB is a lot simpler to understand, Captain Jenks. It kind of tells you what to do. 1 kilometre, we're dropping to 80 kilometres an hour, but kind of need to stop before then, so. Yes, if you've got AFB, then with combined with LZB, it pretty much drives itself. You're right, Rob. Don't think this train has AFB. Let's have a look. No, there's no lever for AFB. have a look outside, shall we? See how we... Oh, look at this. It's almost like I'm getting the hang of it now. We've got one more station, which is Troisdorf. Hey, Limpen Crips, how are you doing? So, yes, folks, there is a discount code for a copy of Hamburg S1 S-Bahn. Discount is 65%, and you need to go onto the Dovetail Live store, not Steam store, the Dovetail Live store, and use the code Hamburg Humbug. I'm going to put that on the screen in just a minute. In fact, I can do that now while we're waiting. You put code is Hamburg Humbug, only on the Dovetail store for a 65% discount code for the Hamburg S1 S-Bahn. I'll put that up again. It's almost like I've played train sims for a long time. It's... No, don't be silly. Hey there, Hapak Studios, how are you doing? Hey, has anyone played the tutorials on Northeast Corridor since the update? Right, 250 metres until the drop to 80 kilometres an hour, so I will just stick under there. Troisdorf coming up. Right, we're coming to the end of LZB. The G light's flashing. Oh no, that's the slow down indicator, isn't it? Yeah, it's the slow down indicator. The only reason I mentioned the tutorials is Hapak Studios did all the voiceovers for it. You'll find there was a lot of feedback that the NEC needed the voiceovers back, and so the tutorials now have voiceovers. Alright, what did I do? I had to end a scenario with emergency brakes coming on, didn't I? I probably didn't acknowledge the end of LZB, did I? Don't. Can't do a PZB scenario without the train swinging on me. Mr. 60 restriction. Oh, okay. The thing, it only takes a minute to look over. Everyone's saying the code doesn't work. Okay. Hamburg S1 S-Bahn is the name of the route. Code invalid for the products. Okay, I'm going to have to pass that back. There's nothing I can do about that at the moment. I do apologise. Chris, have you got a backup plan? I think Martin said something about a backup plan. Actually, what I did was I purposefully missed the 60s just to prove PZB was working. That was what I did. It was what I did. Don't tell me otherwise. No, it was what I did.
Siefer.
Troisdorf. Are you putting the Hamburg Humbug in capital letters and all as one word? It's all one word, no spaces, all in capital letters. Is everyone doing that? Yes, I know, Shazan. Smooth service driver will ignore that minus 1,000 to pretend it was a plus 1,000, in which case, glod. Excellent. Well, there you go, folks. That was a quick scenario on that. Now, I was going to run another one, so let's just pop back over to here and just do this Cologne West rail fan and get that going. Let's sit and watch that. It's only 10 minutes. It's still invalid, is it? Okay, we will sort the code stuff. Oh, Martin's there. Try and get the code stuff sorted. Excellent. Thank you, Martin. Do apologise to everyone for that code not working. If you already own S1 S-Bahn, it won't help you, Sage1.com. It is only a discount off that one route. The emergency was having Martin on hand. Oh, I guess I'm missing some stuff for this. I've only part installed the route onto here, so that won't work. Never mind. I missed a bit. I might be able to fix it. Hang on a second, I will fix it. It'll be fine. One moment, please, callers. I just have to restart the game. I think it's the IC that I'm missing. No, it isn't, because I got that. No, I wasn't the IC, because I have got the IC. No, it's not a route fail, Captain Jenks. It's because I've got only partially tick boxes and I didn't have the right things ticked. So I do apologise. Normally I would have everything ticked, in which case it wouldn't be a problem. But and this machine has not got that. It's just one of the demo machines from the shows. Right. So in which case, let us move to. I'll just go back to that screen. There we go. That keeps coming up on the bottom. Should stop that. Right, I did want to also cover off GDPR before we get on to Train Sim World. So GDPR, the Global Data Protection Regulation, is an enhancement to your privacy rights. So the purpose, I've got bits of paper here that's telling me everything I need to know. The EU has imposed restrictions on how companies collect and use your personal data. Personal data is any info that can be used to identify you, such as your name, address and location. So what does that mean in terms of your dealings with Dovetail Games? The entire old database of newsletter recipients has to be wiped by the 25th of May as part of these changes. We're in the process of building up a new database that we'll use to send newsletters after May the 25th. You can join the new list anytime and your newsletters will keep coming. But if you don't sign up to the new list, then regardless of whether you were on the old list or not, you won't receive newsletters after May the 25th. The link to sign up will be pasted on the chat. So Chris, if you've got the link, if you can paste that in the chat. This has got nothing to do with your Dovetail Live account, used for the store, etc. This is just for the mailing list. We don't share your data or use it for any other purpose than to send you your newsletters. And we do have a privacy policy and a Your Rights document on our website for more information. So now we've got the exciting bit over and done with. Let me just switch back to that one and fire up this thing that I know a couple of you are looking forward to seeing. And again, I cannot stress, this is going to be a quick look. It's not ready for a full show yet, so I'm going to show you a little bit just to give you an idea where things are at, and then there'll be another more to see at another point. Game's firing up at the minute. Right, hang on. So you are going to see, I will warn you, you are going to see some things which are not finished in this. That's really weird. Why is it showing that? That's not what's on the screen. You stupid thing. That actually genuinely is not what is on the screen. Okay. Alright, okay, that's interesting. Actually, totally not what's on the screen. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. It was all a ruse. I'm just going to show you the entries, and that's it for tonight, folks. Hang on. It switched back to full screen. I think that might be what's upsetting it. Shall we see if that works better? Oh, hello, we're here. It works. There you go. So, let's wander around here. My name tag on the stream only has 1 T in it. That's because I drink so much tea, it's not necessarily in my name. This is the Class 09, folks. It's absolutely gorgeous. British Railways. Oh, definitely, James. There's still lots of work in progress stuff here. There's lots of work in progress stuff here. The goal of showing this is a very quick glimpse, just to sort of make it real, so that you can see where we're at. The loco is dual air and vacuum. Right, let's just move it forward a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't use I can't go into the coaches yet. I will walk past them so you can see them, however. That'll do. I just wanted to move them a little bit. That's sand, that's emergency, that's what I'm looking for. Let's get the loco stopped. Right. So, one thing I wanted to show you was on the Mark 1s. So Mark 1s, the way they work is you've got 2 types of coupling. You've got the hook. You've also got this, which is how the coaches will then connect to each other, and then you can just click on them to switch between them. And then on the loco itself, which just uses the screw link, it will then hook to that. And what you do is you see AI trains quite nicely. They'll back up, stop, and then the coupling will swing over on the coach, and then the loco will back up to it and couple, which is really quite nice. So on the loco, let me just check. There's nothing coming. I'm joking. There is nothing coming. I already know there's nothing coming. What we're going to do, I forgot to turn something on in the cab, is we need to get lights turned on. So I'm just going to flick that switch, and let's get the lights turned on. So the way these lights are turned on is there's actually a little switch under here, so you can switch the ones on that you want. Now I want the red one on the back, and the white one on the front. Right, 3rd time's the charm. Hamburg should be 65% off now until 7:30. There you go, folks. Have a go and make sure and see if that works for you. On 1 again. Stop trolling me, game. can't win. There you go. Right, so we've got the lights on. Oh, Chris, could you switch the game over to Train Sim World for me, please? One point of interest is these are air brake pipes, the same as the pipes down there are air brake pipes. These ones are used on the southern region and were used for coupling between so the A9 could shunt southern region third rail units. And the reason they put them up here is because, well, no one wanted to get down here where that very stingy third rail is. Right, so if I now just back up and release the straight air. Buffers, and then we should be able to get it recoupled up. There we go. Let's release the air. And that. You can sit in both seats if you want to, and then you obviously need to swing this around so that you can see it. You can drop the window down if you want to as well. So that's the 09. As you can say, absolutely lovely. These are the Mark 1s, so they haven't got interiors at the moment because that's being finalised. But this is the BSO. As you can see, you've got the guards compartment, which you should be able to walk around in, and the luggage compartment. And you've got all the coach seating area here. So this is a BSO and a TSO. And as you can see, it's two different liveries. So each coach comes in both liveries. At the moment, the BSOs are all the crimson cream and the TSOs are chocolate and cream. But they are done so that you can have a full train of crimson cream if you want to, or a full train of this is another problem at the moment with the freezing. There you go. They're working on that at the minute. But anyway, that was just a quick glimpse of. It's really the loco is what I wanted to prioritise. Really, it's just absolutely beautiful. Tons of lovely detail in there. What I'll do is I think we'll finish off by just getting it driving so that you can see the con rods in motion. First time we've had con rods. No, I can't show you the coaches from the inside at the moment, that's still in development. You get quite a large hill as you come out of that station, which I immediately break the speed limit on apparently. That's right, the speed limit will change in a minute. One of the really nice things about this route is it captures this this feeling of being in an English countryside absolutely superbly, in my opinion. I find it really relaxing to just drive along. Got your fuel gauge, vacuum brake gauges going along here with various things. This is the master key which you use to start the locomotive. parking brake is here, which you can operate. C4PM, this is an add-on that will be coming out at some point. If you keep an eye on social media, you'll be able to find out more information about when it's coming out. One interesting thing, by the way, that we've done with this, let me just shut the door so that nothing bad happens, is when you sit down, you'll notice you start looking across like this. And the idea is you can look to the left or you can look to the right, depending on what you're doing. So fluidity between notches, you've got, let me just zero it. You've got 0 off to 1 is a notch, then 1 to 2 is fluid, 2 to 3 is fluid, and then it jumps to 4. So, well, that's pretty much it. Actually, that was pretty much what I wanted to show, just in this very first glimpse. Blessed. So this is the West Somerset Railway. So yeah, this is just a very first glimpse, and I hope you've enjoyed that. We're trying. You keep an eye on the social media. Make sure that you're on the website. You've signed up for the newsletter. Don't forget that newsletter link, you'll be able to keep all of the keep up abreast with all the news. There's a couple of screenshots we shared recently which are now available in 4K, so that you can put them in as your desktop background if you want to. Yeah, I think until the next stream, that's it. So thanks very much for watching, folks. I will see you next time. Keep an eye out for social media for when that is, and I'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.